All right, Capricorn, here's the energy coming through. Wow. So, the Three of Cups. This is all about celebrating. This is a group of people getting together and celebrating. Getting together with loved ones, the ones that support you, your friends. These are all the important people in your life, and you're celebrating with them right now. And in the past, so the King of Wands, he is a very courageous, active, passionate person. Non-judgmental. He is looking to the horizon and he is going after what he wants. Now, this king could represent a fire sign. And the King of Wands specifically is looked at as Sagittarius, but this could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Now, this could be the energy that you're feeling, passionate, wise, driven, going after what you want, or this could be a person coming through. And in the present, okay, so immediately I felt like you're wanting to take a break from this person here. I mean, immediately that's what I felt like. But, you know, regardless, there is this feeling of love with those that are around you and this celebration. But here it's like, no, you need to take a break, and they're pointing right directly at this person here. Future conditions. Wow. So the High Priestess, when I see her in this position, I usually think that what is unknown to you is going to be made known. Now, when you look at the journey through tarot, you have the Fool and then the Magician, and then in comes the High Priestess before the Empress. This is where all the possibilities lie. She is the seer between worlds. She knows all the unknown, and this is about using your powerful intuition. Now, this could also mean that you are very attractive to people right now. You may seem distant and kind of mysterious, but I feel like the unknown is going to be made known to you. And it may have to do with this person here. The best path to follow. Wow. Well, it's no wonder why some of you may be celebrating, because clearly here there is an opportunity opening up that has to do with some financial backing. Something is opening up for you right now where there's this opportunity to make some money, or money may be coming through for you. But this also suggests some security in your life right now, which is absolutely fantastic. And I think that with this being next to the High Priestess, if there is an opportunity opening up for you, make sure you pay attention to your intuition. But regardless, look at this. This is fantastic. It's no wonder why there's celebration going on. Hell, if you had money coming through, I'd be celebrating too. So I think that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Now, the influences around you. So this is actually kind of nice to see, considering that you had 3 weeks of just shit. So the Eight of Cups is all about emotionally moving on before you do physically. So it's like what you have built before, you're looking at it now and going, okay, this isn't fulfilling me, but emotionally I'm okay, and I'm going to go on a different path. So seeing these cups right here, it's telling me that emotionally you're okay. And definitely if you feel like, if this has something to do with a person, then, you know, take a break. Absolutely, if you need to take a break, especially if you're getting ready to go and take a different path right now. But regardless, emotionally, you look fantastic. And here's this beautiful opportunity opening up that I feel like is going to bring some security into your life. Your hopes and your fears. So now this makes sense. The Nine of Wands. This is somebody who has some scars, which, you know, I cannot disagree with, especially considering the past readings. So the problem with the Nine of Wands is the person who is on guard, who has some scars, has the wall built, and is ready to continue fighting, but you cannot block yourself off from new opportunities coming through, especially something as powerful as this. You cannot do that. So as a fear, I would say be careful about closing yourself off. You guys have been through so much that it makes sense that you would want to continue to fight. But you cannot block yourself off from good things coming through. So please, please be careful there, especially with something as powerful as this. And your outcome. Nice, nice, nice. So when I see the Knight of Pentacles, I think of somebody who is looking at creating more in their life. So I think, and here is the message coming through. You know, the Knight is carrying this message of doing some hard work, but it pays off. And I really feel like there's going to be some security in your life, which is beautiful, but don't block yourself off, especially with opportunities and messages coming through for opportunities to create more in your life, especially if it has to do with bringing security back into your life. You guys are famous for creating such amazing success in your life. And I feel like you're on this track now where, you know, when you look at the past, it's like you're realizing that maybe things weren't so great and you're taking that break. And I really do think that you guys are taking a break from a person that may have caused you some havoc in your life. Now, whether or not this is a relationship, I don't know, but I do know that whoever this person is, you have taken a break. You're realizing that by letting go of that, all of this wonderful stuff is opening up for you. And again, it's like emotionally, you're okay. Like you realize that what you've had in the past is not serving you, but emotionally, it's okay. You know, I'm okay. I'm getting ready to take a new path. But please be careful here. Do not block yourself off from this, because remember, you're celebrating with those that you love and that support you. I'm loving this. I really feel like you guys are getting back into that groove of creating such powerful success in your life. It is fantastic. But please, please be careful. Don't block yourself off from good things coming through. Totally understandable. Totally. With the scars and wanting to stay on guard, I understand, but do not block yourself off. And again, remember, you are celebrating with those that you love and the people that care about you. So the Ace of Wands is all about taking that action to go after what it is that you want in your life, following your passions. So here, you know, with the aces, it's all about new opportunities coming through, and they're always good. But with the Ace of Wands, there's action being taken place to go after it. And in the past, so the moon is all about confusion. This is feeling confused, and your conscious mind is not doing you any favors. And this is where you need to start paying attention to your intuition and paying attention to what your gut is telling you. So, you know, in the past, maybe you had some confusion going on, but, you know, clearly there's still this opportunity for you to follow what you are passionate about. And in the present, so I worry here because, you know, with the moon on top and then the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, I would hope that with whatever reevaluation that's going on here, that, with this ace shining over everything, that it's going to be a good outcome. The seven of Pentacles is all about reevaluating what you have in your life and asking yourself, what can I do to make this grow? What can I do to bring more into my life? And then in some cases, it could be taking a risk with what you already have. But, this is all about reevaluating the situation. And I feel like because of the moon being on top, that maybe because of whatever confusion was going on in your life, you're needing to reevaluate it, because clearly this is what you're wanting, is to go after what you're passionate about. Oh, future conditions. The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups to me, reminds me of like the Knight of Cups, where this is about messages coming through having to do with love, romance, creativity. So, I wonder if maybe you weren't reevaluating what was going on in your life, and, now it's like there's this opportunity opening up for new creative ideas and possibly romance and love. And clearly you're wanting to go after it. The best path to follow. Wow. So the Hangman. The Hangman is all about being in a limbo and allowing yourself to see things in a different perspective. And with the Hangman, a lot of times, when you look at the description of the card, like there may be a sacrifice that needs to be made in order to see things in a different light. But really it's about getting rid of limiting thoughts so that you have an opportunity to see things in a different perspective. And with that 7, there's definitely, this moment going on with you where you're like needing to reevaluate what you have, and it's like you're seeing things differently. But still, you have this drive to go after what you want, and here are messages coming through that are opening up opportunities. The influences around you. So the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is all about moving on emotionally before you do physically. It's like, and these 3 are like in such harmony when you look at them. So in the 8 of Cups, it's like you started something, it wasn't quite right, or it wasn't fulfilling you, and you feel like you need to move on and take a different path. And the moon, if you look at the 8 of Cups in the Rider-Waite, the moon is in the background. And it's like, emotionally, you're okay. You're okay with, what wasn't serving you. That, you had this situation where, you've built something in your life. It wasn't fulfilling, and you feel like you need to take a different path. And you're seeing things differently. Your hopes and your fears. Judgment. So Judgment, man, you guys are pulling some heavy hitters here. Judgment is all about hearing the call, rising to the call, and reviewing your past with joy rather than regret. In your hopes and your fears, be careful about passing judgment on yourself or others, because again, you're looking at things differently now. You're seeing things differently. And it's like you're okay with what went on in the past. And you're okay with letting it go, because clearly, through this reevaluation of the situation, it wasn't enough. This just wasn't enough for you. And you want to go after what it is that you're passionate about. So it's like, you're like, okay, that's okay. I'm going to take a different path. And judgment is saying, again, that it's okay. But, be careful here. Don't pass any unnecessary judgment on yourself, especially with what may have went on in the past. And also, be careful about judgment that you pass on others as well. And your outcome. Very nice. Again, I love that one for Capricorn because it's about that success. The Ace of Pentacles is absolute financial security. This is opportunities opening up to create security in your life, bringing in more. And you are definitely going to go after it. I mean, these are powerful to me just as much as the majors when you see aces like this. So there is an opportunity opening up for you to follow what it is that you're passionate about. And I feel like it's going to create security in your life. And, here it's like there's this moment that's being taken where you're looking at past events and you're like, okay, and seeing it differently. You reevaluated the situation, especially with the moon being in the past where, there may have been confusion going on. You're like, no, wait a minute, let's think about this. And here, you're in limbo thinking about it and you're seeing it in a different perspective. And here it's like emotionally, you're like, all right, that's all right. We're going to go on a different path here. And look at where it leads you. This is fantastic. So absolutely, if you have messages opening up, whether it's regarding, opportunity for love or creativity and doing something creative in your life, follow it because look at it. It's creating this beautiful situation for you where you have some money coming to you and security in your life. I love this reading for you guys. This is fantastic. You really did what you needed to do to clear up any confusion in your life. You're seeing things differently. Emotionally, you're okay. And look at the fantastic opportunities that are opening up for you. So definitely, if you're having messages coming through that are going to create security in your life, definitely go after it.